All right, y'all. What's going on? This is MC Till with everybody's Hiphop Label. We are back, and this is episode 42 of the Boom Bap Chat. And we're back with a new face. You know this man, a legend in the hip hop game. We have the real Rampage of FlipMode Squad on here. Rampage, how are you?
Man, thank y'all for having me, man. Let's get it. Let's get it.
No doubt. So we've been talking about Dilla all night, and
right.
we have a special relationship with Dilla. Can you share a little bit about some stories, some firsthand Dilla stories for us?
All right, so I'm gonna give y'all this one. So back then we in the studio called Soundtrack Studios. So we would have at least 4 rooms, Squad, me, Digger, Bus. We would have Soundtrack Studios busy for like 2-3 years. We've been there just working. So one day I was in Soundtrack Studios back in the days, and I would go to the bathroom. And I go in the bathroom. When I come out the bathroom, I bump into Dilla. I was like, here we go. You already know I'm bumped into Dilla. Dilla's like, yeah, Ramp, I just got in town yesterday. I said, yeah, you just got in town yesterday, huh? I could imagine who flew you in. And Bus used to just fly this dude in, like randomly. Like it would be random for me, but Bus already had it planned. So Bus would have Dilla already in town in another room in studio B, tracking records on the law. You know what I'm saying? So if you hear some beats on Bus albums, you know Dilla was in the studio putting in that work. Like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? So I said, yo, okay, since you in the studio, what room you in? He said, yo, I'm in studio B. So he in studio B, FlipMode is probably in studio A or studio C. Buster's in one of them, and then FlipMode's in a different session, but he's in another session just tracking. And how would you know if you didn't bump into him at the bathroom? So I was like, oh, okay, cool. I dip off one of my sessions to go on the session he was in. And this dude had that MP3000, right? So he played me this one beat. And in the studio, it got 4 speakers. It got 4 speakers in the corner. Like this one speaker, but it got 2 of them. So it was 4 here and 4 here. So this dude go, do, 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 and every one of the speakers separately on his MP. I don't know how he did it, but I ain't never seen nobody do no shit like that. Like, wow. Wow. I was like, yo, this dude is real special on these beats. Hold up. So he goes, each speaker, remember, it's 2 speakers, it's 4 speakers in one. So speaker 4, 4 speakers here, 4 speakers here. He went each individual speaker.
Wow.
I don't know if that's how he did the beat or whatever, but he was do 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 do. Yo, listen, I don't know how he separated all 4 like that, but I was sitting there like, oh, there's some shit right here. Like, what yo. So I said to him, yo, I think I need a couple of treats. He said, Ramp, I got you. Wow. So me and him sitting there, he going through beats, and one of the beats that he played, because I didn't know that they used it now. He played that play.
Yes.
I'm sitting there like, what the fuck is that? And then the last time I heard that record, one of my friends from Brooklyn was like, yo, you know about this group called Slum Village? That's Dilla's group. I was like, yeah, let me hear that. And the first record I heard off that was that play.
Wow.
I'm like, yo, you know what I'm saying? And let me show you, off that same album, my favorite song off that album was the joint with, hey, I niggas is saying it's your own way, hey.
Well,
Yo, and my favorite line
right.
is with him in Common.
Yeah.
That is my favorite
Yes.
That's Thelonious.
Listen, that
Thelonious.
That
record,
Thelonious.
yo, that record,
Yeah.
let me show you. When it's really your 500, you should have let your man hook it.
Man,
The
what?
numbers look crooked
Look like King Kong
shook
shook it. What? Man, Joe.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Rampage.
Yo,
It's
you need to play at your own risk.
Man.
Listen. You rocking the 320. Yo, you rocking the when it was really your 320, you should have let your man hook it. The numbers look crooked like
Man, what?
Yo, Rampage.
Oh my God, man. That is the most illest. Yo, when I swear to God, for like after that, I played that record for like 7 years straight. Anytime I went on stage or whatever, I would just listen to that one.
Yeah, man.
It go boom, boom, yeah.
And he was doing the singing
Like,
on that boy.
Yo,
right.
Yo.
Right.
He said mine is something, yours is short.
Right.
Something. I'm sitting there like.
Yeah, he snapped out. What'd he say? You stay on my mind like great sex. I ain't thinking about you, I'm thinking about paychecks. Filler, dog. That dude was woo.
That is one of the most illest rhymes I ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
Dude said, the numbers look crooked. He said, you really rocking the 3, yo, you really rocking the 320. Your numbers look crooked like King Kong shook it. I'm like, yo, you got me crying about that, yo. Crying. Like, yo, he was one of the most influences producer of our century on some other shit. Shout out to the Uma, shout out to Q-Tip. Yo, this dude, I seen this dude track a lot of records, man. Wow. But when I heard that, oh my God, man. He was something special. Yo, he was something special on some other shit. Like, it would never be another producer ever. You can't duplicate nothing like that. May he rest in peace. Like, oh my God, like, crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Wow. Indeed.
Thank you.
Y'all got me crying right now.
Man, thanks for sharing that, bro.
I swear to God, I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna play after I get off the phone. I'm gonna find it. And that is my theme music for the next.
Yes. That's dope.
I've been banging that boy all day. That one joint, Joe. I can't get enough.
Yo, I can't even stop playing. Yo, listen. And the way Common was sounding, so yeah. And then
right.
Playing that the own day.
Right.
And then
And he was co-signing Common when he was about to say it.
God, y'all got me crying about
say
that,
it.
Yo, man. Oh my God, man.
Fire.
Oh my, yo, he had you know what else was dope on that? Raise It Up.
Yes.
Oh my
His
God.
verse on that.
Oh my.
Yeah, I've sampled that snare out of there before. Yeah,
I keep it real with you guys. That album, the whole thing, it's classic.
Yeah.
I agree.
Ain't nobody fucking with that album. That's one of the illest classics of our time. If you never really heard that record, I advise everybody to go put that in their archives. Like,
real
incredible, y'all.
Man, bro.
Classic for sure.
Incredible.
For sure. Yeah, definitely.
Man.
Well, it feels like a divine moment because as we were warming up the room for you, Rampage, we asked, what's your favorite Dilla beat? And IOMOS said Thelonious. And he went into a lot of the things that you went into, and to hear you say is just like, oh man, this is meant to be this evening.
Yo, you would have to be a fan to really know that. Like you have to be a really hip hop head.
Right.
Yo, I played that record until I wore that shit the fuck out. Man, yo, let me tell y'all, I bought an iPod, one of those iPod throwback iPods.
Yep.
The one with I got the one with the 100 meg. Listen,
100 gig joint.
listen, y'all. If I can plug that in right now, all I got is 90s classic album.
Wow.
I can't. You know how people sit there, yo, name your who's in the top. Yo, man, I don't get into all that bullshit. Who's in the top 10? I don't get into who has the best classic album. When I'm working out and I put on my iPod, let me tell y'all something. No mumble rap is in my fucking iPod. My shit is hours and hours of 90s classic records. My dude, that fucking Tribe Called Quest, Midnight Marauders.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yo, dude, when was the last time y'all played an album that y'all can play straight through? I'ma sit here and wait.
I'm telling you, man, it's not a lot of them out there. It's not a lot of them
Yo,
out there, bro.
yo, listen. I got the Far Side first album.
Yes.
Look,
Yes.
listen, I got the original tape from Fat Lip.
Oh, word.
Nice.
And I transferred the original tape because I found it at my mom's crib and I put it on my 90s iPod, right? And what I noticed about the tape, the shit was much better than the original album. I said, why did they keep... And I had songs on there that wasn't on the album.
Yeah, you're right.
And I
And
got
different verses too. Some of the verses are different.
And I got this shit from Fat Lip.
Wow.
Years ago. My mother, all the tapes, when I used to go to these industry parties, these snippet tapes, they was giving away albums and stuff like that. I'm like, yo, my mother was like, yo, you know I got all your tapes from back in the days? I was like, no, you ain't got, my mother kept everything and didn't tell me nothing.
Wow.
Salute to Miss Captain.
Right.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yo,
No
dude,
doubt.
I grabbed that box so fast. I found so much beat tapes of records that we used. Like these was on TDK, Maxell, Heavy 120 tapes, 110, yo. I'm like, yo, I found that. I found I'm gonna keep this real. I found a tape that my uncle recorded, me and Buster. Buster was 12 and I was 8. It was a demo.
Wow.
Made a copy of it and gave it to me. I thought I lost it, but my mother put it in a box back in the days.
Wow.
How
Can you
valuable that is?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Wow. Can you tell us about, like, what was that? Do you remember that? Do you remember at 8 years old? Do you remember making that with Buster?
We was at my uncle's crib. He had a Dr. Rhythm drum machine at that time. Buster was 12. I was 8. And he wrote, I remember him writing it on the tape. And then one day I went over to his crib back in the days and he copied it for me. Never gave me the original, but he copied it for me and I kept it. And one day I recorded it over and gave it to Bus, but I think Bus lost it. But I still got a copy of it.
Wow.
Crazy, bro. Crazy.
That is crazy. Wow.
Salute to my moms, man. Salute to Miss Catherine. She holds the fort down. Like she was like, son, she said, I got them all, baby. Wow. I said, let me get that. She's like, nah, son. So we got that in the stash.
Yeah. Wow.
So I'm just trying to get her to let me copy it one time so I could transfer it and put it on my iPad, on my iPod. But I got a 90s iPod where I just play classic 90s albums.
Yeah.
Another classic album. Another classic album I was listening to the other day. Long Live the King. Oh,
Yeah.
Another classic.
Come
Yeah,
on, bro.
fire.
Then
89.
Come on, bro.
then I was listening to Kill at Will.
Woo! The
Yes.
EP joint.
And then I went from Kill at Will to the first Brand Nubians album.
Come on, man.
Then I went from the first Brand Nubians album to the first Snoop album and the first Chronic, and then I went from those albums to, I'm gonna tell you another that, you know what was classic too? KRS-One first album, him and Scott LaRock.
Yes, sir. Criminal Minded.
Yeah.
Criminal Minded album.
Criminal Minded, bro.
Then
That's a real boom bap.
I jumped from Criminal Minded to Low End Theory.
Wow.
And then I went in from Low End Theory to De La first album.
Yes.
3 Feet and Rising.
Yes.
Then I go from 3 Feet and Rising to Far Side. And then I would jump from Far Side. Then I would jump from Far Side to Das Effect's first album. And then I would go from Das Effect's album to Ready to Die. And I would jump from Ready to Die to Onyx's first album.
Man, so.
Notice how I did it on those first albums, that you could listen to them and don't repeat them.
Yeah.
But you could play them straight
through.
Yeah.
If you're not a hip hop, if you're not a hip hop, you
can't
even have those discussions.
No, not at all.
Right. Well, you're in the right place at the Boom Bap Chat, man. We love that era, that early 90s, mid 90s, man. Nothing like it.
Nothing like
that. Ram, since we on that, actually, man, one of the things we like to do too is we like to give our guests their roses. We talk about giving people their flowers while they're here. This week, man, I want to give you your roses because I feel like you had the second best verse on the Flavor in Your Ear remix.
I would say one of them.
Man.
Really.
That's just my opinion. The only reason I say that is because I felt like Big came in and put the smash on the but the energy behind what you was doing, man, it's still one of the reasons that I listen to it still all the time right now. You know what I'm saying? So we want to give you your props. I want to give you your props because I feel like that's the second best verse on one of the greatest remixes that's ever been done.
Can I tell you something? Thank you. You're the very first person that ever told me that. I know people wanted to tell me that because then they because of the caliber of people that was on the record. Right. But let me just tell you, man, I believe that we all smashed the record. And I believe that was a togetherness record. And I feel very proud to be honored on such a classic records that they don't even make no more. They don't even make us no more like that. Yeah. Like it hasn't been a remix like that forever. I want to say Brandy, but I can't count that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I salute you and I'm so humble for that.
Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah, no doubt. And just rewinding a little bit, you talked about this demo that you did with Busta. You were 8, he was 12. I have cousins I grew up with, cousins that hardly ever met. What was your relationship like, Busta, early on? Were y'all running together a lot as kids?
Oh man, you don't even understand. Like we was kids really on the block, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And at the end of the day, he was the first person. I'm gonna tell y'all, I remember this in the 80s. I just remember this. So we on the block. So that was back in the days when we was having BMX bikes playing Skelly. Anybody know if you knew how to play Skelly, you knew how to play Skelly. And a lot of people be like, yo, what is Skelly? You got to do your research to know what Skelly is. So we on the block, me, him, his brother, and a couple of other people, we on the block playing Skelly, right? This dude is on the steps with a back in the day spiral notebook. Remember those back in the days black spiral notebook? So he's on the block. He's on his stoop with a little black radio playing Busy B versus Kumo D
Wow.
playing it back to back to back. And that was the first time I ever heard a MC battle. Busy B versus Kumo D on a box that Busta Rhymes had. Couldn't be no more than 12. We are on the block and he's playing this.
Wow.
He's playing this back to back. And I'm asking him, yo, what is that? I was being nosy. I wasn't even rapping. Like that was like the first time I really heard a battle on a tape cassette.
Yeah.
Wow.
On the TDK, he had a clear tape cassette because the middle of his box, you know, when they put the way you put the tape in, that piece was gone. And he just had the tape cassette and he had some magic marker written on the tape. And he was also learning his lessons, his God lessons.
Oh, wow.
I remember him pulling out his God lessons and he was explaining what he had knowledge of self then.
At 12 years old, he was studying doing mathematics.
He was studying 320.
Wow, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah, peace to the gods. Yeah.
Yeah.
Peace to the gods on the earth, man. Damn.
Yeah. What was your relationship like with the lessons?
Well, I kind of like, you know, I was in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Because it was still things that I didn't understand at that time. But now I really understand now, you know what I'm saying? So like I know today, if it's the 7th, it's knowledge is born.
Yes.
So little pieces and stuff I used to hear and and then I would just hear him, you know, somebody would come up to him back in the day like, yo, what is your 120? And he would bust it down front and backwards. Like I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it.
For people that don't know, they're listening to the podcast or watching the live feed, can you break that down what the 120 is?
Well, you know, being a 5%er, you have to know your 120. You have to know your math. If you don't know your math, I'll break it down short like that. If you don't know your math, then, you know, older gods will have to pull your coattail. And if you didn't know that back in the days, they fuck you up because you didn't understand what knowledge itself was.
Yeah.
And we talking about early in the 80s.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you didn't know your 120, you didn't know your knowledge yourself, man, you get your ass whipped.
For real.
That's the era I'm from.
Yeah.
I've seen it happen in Chicago. I'm from Chicago, and it was the gods in Chicago. I done seen that happen.
So
like, what's today's mathematics? You ain't know your mathematics.
If somebody walked up to you and say, "What's today's mathematics?" was, and you didn't know it, God, you would get your ass whipped. That's the era I'm from.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know about this new era, but there's some gods that really play like that.
Yeah.
And I'm from the era in Flatbush, Brooklyn. If you really didn't know your math, and I occasionally, if I really go back, like if I really study, I would know it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So because I was around it, I couldn't help not to understand some of it.
Right.
So I understand like and I took some things. I don't eat swine at all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So certain things I picked up from, and I truly believe, like, I truly believe the black man's God. Like, I really, truly believe that. You know what I'm saying? But again, a lot of people don't understand that. And, you know, it'll take too long for me to break that down. But again, I'm going to just tell you, if you're studying the 5% or you got knowledge yourself, you definitely on a good path.
Yeah. For sure. So 2020 was an interesting year. A lot of people were at home a lot, watching a lot more movies than they probably would have otherwise. So I like to ask this question with guests sometimes, where if they came to you, wrote a book about your life, turned it into a movie, can you tell us like 2 or 3 pivotal moments in your life that would have to be in that movie? Like moments in your life that like change your trajectory of the rest of your life?
One of the things in my movie would be when I first got my record deal with Rowdy Records. I'm actually the first one to have a deal on FlipMode. So I'm the first lieutenant. Before Buster, I had a deal, a major deal. Big up to Dallas Austin, Rowdy Records. Clive D, Rowdy and Arista. So that was like one of the moments in my life. Being a part of Flavor in the Air. That was a moment in my life. Being on Wuha. That was another moment in my life. Putting out Wild for the Night. Seeing everybody go crazy and slam dancing in the tunnel. That would be another one of those moments in my life. Or, you know, going out of town in another country, and I do Wild for the Night, and I see these dudes in Chile slam dancing, singing the shit word for word. Or, you know, me and Buster leaves the studio back in the 90s, and I walk outside and I meet this guy from Poland who has my logo on his arm. I don't know him from a can of paint, and he has my Rampage original logo on his arm. That shit is crazy to me, bro.
Wow. Speaking of Rampage, can you tell us a little bit about your name, where the name comes from?
Well, my name Rampage. It's just I'm a hardcore renegade MC from Flatbush. So I got my name. My original name was Roger D. That's when we had those old school names.
Yeah.
So I went from Roger D to Rampage because, you know, I'm just a knucklehead kid from Flatbush, Brooklyn.
Yeah. And speaking of Flatbush, Brooklyn, one of the questions Neville wanted to hear about was, how did Flatbush, Brooklyn influence you and Busta's sound?
Well, I'm going to tell you how it influenced Rampage. Well, Busta influenced me first. You know what I'm saying? Plus, you know, our family is West Indian from Jamaican, our Jamaican descent. You know, that was just a vibe in itself. And being in Flatbush, you had a lot of unique MCs that lived in our area. And when I tell you these MCs lived in our area, I got a brother, Jay, from X-Clan.
Yeah.
He lived right around the corner from Buster, which is lived right around the corner from me. Around the corner where Buster was at on 32nd, I want to say Brother Jay was on 31st. That's how close the blocks was. And I used to wake up every morning on Sunday because my mother would send me downstairs to go get some grits. And I would see this man, Brother Jay, walking with the red, black, and green, but I didn't understand that yet. Walking every day, getting the newspaper. Him and that dude, Sugar Shaft.
Yes.
From X-Clan, but I didn't understand because I didn't know what it was. And when it dawned on me who they were was the first time I was watching Video Music Box with DJ Ralph McDaniels. And that's when I first seen Lumumba, Sonny Carson's son. And I seen him go, riding the crossroads. in the car called Pinky, I was sitting there like, oh my God, that's that same dude I see on every Sunday with the paper, because I used to see them all together on the train, and I thought they was just those dudes downtown preaching and doing all kinds of stuff because I didn't understand, right? So now growing up in Flatbush, I would see this. Then there was also a kid that lived on the opposite of my block, two blocks that way, with special ed. I seen this kid with a profile jacket. I thought it was a Tommy Hill polo jacket. I didn't know what the profile jacket. I didn't know what it was. Right? Again, I'm watching Video Music Box. I seen this dude in front of the library downtown talking about I got it made, and I'm like, I know Eddie. I didn't know he was special ed, but I knew Eddie. I knew Eddie Archer because I used to battle him all the time. And he used to call me Roger Rabbit. So I used to, but also he went to school with Buster and my two older brothers. But I know Ed because he had 5 older brothers. But it's funny that we share the same, like I live on New York Avenue. So he lives on 2 blocks over, but everybody on New York Avenue all went to school with him. Like the dudes that was a little 2-3 years older than me, and special ed was in their class, Eddie Archer. And we all went to this school in my neighborhood called 181. They were like 2 years ahead of me. But again, Special Ed was always on my block. He had all the girls back then. Then also we used to battle at 181 Park.
Wow.
And he would win a lot of the time
Wow.
because I wasn't on, but I was testing my skills.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But there came a time that I had to get that ass.
Right.
So yeah. Then and then from the same neighborhood, I would see these big dudes, these muscle dudes, riding in Porsche kits. They had Porsche kits riding in Brooklyn. Where I was from, these big four muscle dudes, which is full force. These motherfuckers had Porsches, like real Porsche cars with mouse kits on them. So when you see that, and when you was on top of the roof and they were riding through the buildings, it was like mouses riding through buildings from far away in Brooklyn. These guys, I would see these guys all the time, full force. And then turn around, I would see my sister was going to school with Dr. Ice, which real name is Freddie. When I knew Freddie, but I never knew Freddie was Dr. Ice.
Wow.
And he's from my older sister went to school with him and his peoples, right? Then I would go around the corner to Tony's barbershop, and I couldn't be no more than, I want to say 13, and they would shut the barbershop down because I seen this purple 190 Benz, and this dude was in there named Grandmaster D, and he had Tony's barbershop shut down, but they always used to let me in. And Grandmaster D was like, "Yo, Shorty, what's going on, Shorty?" I'm like, "Oh shit, that's Grandmaster D." You know what I'm saying? Or I would just go to Schenectady because I'm from New York Avenue. I would go to Schenectady and I would see this dude in a blue BMW coming down my neighborhood, but I didn't know he was coming to drop off Special Ed at the time. But he would have this blue BMW, and in the BMW, he didn't have a tape deck. He had a DAT player playing in his car, which was Howie T, Hitman Howie T.
Howie T.
So
Wow.
I'm like, no. Now, these all the people, no. Then I would go over to Albany. I would walk over there to Albany from New York Avenue to Albany, and I would see this kid, this big, thick kid in a BM with a dookie robe coming out of this bar, which was Chubb Rock out of his mom's bar at the time, because I didn't know him and Howie T was cousin, and Chubb Rock moms owned the bar in my neighborhood, and Chubb Rock was always one of those. He was always one of those smart kids. He's real smart. That's what they used to tell me, that he was smart, and he was very, 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 very smart on another level. And I used to see this dude with a little small cut at the light in a BMW with a Dookie whoop chain on. I'm like, yo, that's Chubb Rock, right? So it's crazy. Me and Buster's in front of my house. Peep it. So I lived on New York Avenue, which is the main block out there in Flake, one of the main blocks. So me and Buster was sitting in front of my crib, and this dude would see me and Buster in front of my house, and he would just get off the train. I was like, "What up, Jizza?" And he would, Genius would literally get off the bus. Get off the bus from Vanderbilt. I guess he was coming from Vanderbilt out that way. And he would get off the bus on New York Avenue to say what's up to me and Bus and jump back on the train. Now, that's probably the time when he was going with Wu-Tang. But I knew Jizza before he started fucking with Wu-Tang, because he used to get off the bus and say what's up to me and Buster all the time. So I'm just telling you, these dudes that see me in the neighborhood, these are the dudes that were in my neighborhood constantly, like would constantly see them. Boom. I wake up one day, have been about 16, 17, 16, 17. I walk into my corner store and I seen this dude getting a Newport, because this dude in my neighborhood, his name was Klepto. And Klepto, real name is Terrence. He was in my neighborhood. He was a booster. He used to go to Macy's stealing polo jackets and all this shit. He was fly. And he would sell his polo jackets for dirt cheap. He would walk on Macy's. They would boost within Macy's. Come out, he'd sell them shits for $200-300. Right? One day, Klepto pulled up in the court. He pulled up in the Q45 on my block because we all share the same corner store. I go in this corner store. The nigga Klepto was like, "Yo, this is my man Biggie." I'm like, "Oh, what's up, homie? Yo, what up, money? You good?" Boom.
Wow.
Boom. That's the first night I seen Big. That's the first time I ever seen Big. Then I want to say a couple of nights after that, I went into my same corner store. Biggie was there by himself. He walked from Klepto crib around the block over there by himself. "What up, money? Yo, what up, Big? You good?" And then ever since then, me and Big been friends before the music. Because his man Klepto, which was my man that everybody went to school with, Terrence, was his man.
Yeah.
That's how I met Biggie.
Wow.
Wow. That's an amazing story,
That-
man.
That is amazing
Yeah,
to be around all that greatness. Wow.
every day.
And this
Yeah,
is years
every
before
day.
you guys even do a record together. Years before you even do that
No.
record.
Real
Wow.
100 spill.
Crazy.
And that's crazy too. The West Indian connection between all of y'all, like Howie T from the yard,
Yeah. Yo,
Chubb Rock is from the
hold
yard.
up.
Like that's just that's so dope.
Special ed.
Hold up.
Special ed.
Peep it. I gotta tell you this. So one day I was going. I'm from New York Avenue, so I had to walk on Utica Avenue. Over there, they had a White Castles over there by Utica Avenue. So going towards Lenox and all of that, I used to see this dude with the glass turntables outside cutting shit up like crazy. Mixed master.
Wait. Did you say glass turntable?
Glass 1200s.
Yo.
Mixed master ice. If I'm lying, that's Mixed master ice. When I was a young boy, I used to see him cutting on glass 1200s. People never really paid attention to that. He's the first person I seen with glass 12. Like he cut the turntable. He cut the original. He had somebody make, I believe he had somebody make, duplicate the turntable, like the original 1200, but turn it to glass.
Wow.
And I seen them cutting on that shit. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is that? Then, back in the days, I used to see the nigga Clark Kent battle niggas around my way and take their 1200s. Bond word.
Wow.
Bond word. Bond word.
Wow.
This is like crazy history because
I know.
mean, you're really talking about like the beginning of what people claim is the quote unquote golden era. Like you're there during the whole, like, I guess, right? Metamorphosis and the genesis of that. The whole golden era, 86, 87. You're watching these guys come up.
Let me tell y'all something. And I don't dry snitch or nothing. So I was in Brooklyn in 86. I could remember this like yesterday. I was in Brooklyn with my older cousins, some other cousins. They was Crooklyn and Brooklyn. They was Crooklyn. Crooklyn. You know what I'm saying? So I'm their younger cousin. And I remember hearing that Milk and Gears was the #1 record in the country. Right? I want to tell you, these dudes I was running with was no joke, but I was the youngin'. But they was out there crooking. Like when I tell y'all crooking, they was getting into running in jewelry stores, everything. You know, back in the days when you had to buzz you in to get into the jewelry store downtown Brooklyn, these dudes was doing all type of crooking stuff, right? So I remember being in the van. MC, some people call me Milk, and I'm busting up the party. I feel nigga. I'm like, what? We was doing some Crooklyn stuff. I was trying to be with them, but I was just more like, yo, this is that shit. Like, yo, like you said, movie of my life. I wish I could put that piece in the movie too. And I'm listening to this song while my older cousins and them is going out there to crook up something. But I was just like the young boy just hanging out. And I, again, these are the songs and Milk and Gears and MC Light, they was over there in Winthrop, I want to say about 20 blocks away from me off New York Avenue, and I would just see them at Wingate. Wingate was a big thing every summer, and first time I see MC Light, first time I see Milk and Giz, which they were from my neighborhood as well. Wow. They was like in the middle of where my neighborhood, it was walking distance. If I would walk street 10 blocks, I would go to Winthrop, that park. It's just, I just remember that park had a lot of celebrities there every Sunday. Yeah. And I used to see MC Light, and I used to see MC Light at Empire Skating Ring in Brooklyn. Wow. I used to see it, and I used to see Milk and Giz and them out there too. And I was like, damn. And video, we didn't have Rap City like that. So we was watching Video Music Box. DJ Ralph McDaniels, he would put it on blast. And then I'm sitting there like, yo, watching Video Music Box, you never know who you gonna see. Crazy, man. Like, man. And these are the people I used to see in my area. Wow. Yo, and I'm gonna tell y'all the illest stuff. And Slick Rick can vouch for me. Slick Rick can vouch for me. So now, when y'all listen to The Greatest Adventures of Slick Rick, and he go, I live Veronica Place. That's right near Tilden. Yeah, I know where that's at. That's right next to my building. I didn't put two and two together, but back in the days, I used to see this dude around the way walking on late. It would be late at night or past 12 at night. I would see him with his patch on his eye. Now, I lived around the corner from a block called 34th Street. And I believe he would come on the next block because I lived on New York and Tilden. Yeah. Corner of New York and Tilden. Veronica Place is like, if I lived on Tilden, it's 5 blocks that way straight. So he said, Veronica Place, that's right near Tilden? Yeah, I know where that's at. That's right next to my building. The reason why he said that area, because his dad was our mailman. Slick Rick was our mailman on the opposite block of my block on New York Avenue, right? And I know Mr. Walters, but I didn't put two and two together until Slick Rick said to me, he said, yo, Paige, you know my dad? Because my dad knows you went bust. I was like, yeah, he's our mailman that live on the opposite of our block. And every time I see Mr. Walters in the snow. Hey, Mr. Walters, because we used to, in front of his building, we'll go to every neighborhood cleaning up the snow for everybody to walk out. Instead of them putting salt, we would go shovel the snow for $3-4 back then. And I used to shovel Mr. Walters' snow and didn't know Slick Rick was his son. Wow. And that's how I became cool with Slick Rick.
Wow. That's crazy.
I know it's pop. And if he saw this interview, he'll tell you I'm telling you some 100 shit.
Yeah, for sure. Crazy. That is wild.
Love that. And speaking of relatives, you and Busta are related?
Yes.
Your cousins?
First cousins.
So can I ask you a question? Like, where does Cut Mata the Milo fit into that? Because that's Busta's cousin too, right?
He's one of my first cousins too. Yeah.
Dang, that's so dope.
You know what's funny about that is that
and big up to Milo too. I love you, Milo.
Man, Milo is dope, though. He's one of my favorite MCs, bro.
Man, your avatar picture. Your avatar picture, I was gonna say, I can see the family resemblance in you and Busta's face. Like,
big up to all my cousins. Big up to all my cousins in Amityville. Big up to all my cousins in Uniondale. Big up to my New School Society brothers. Big up to the LONS. Big up to Dingo B. Big up to
Long Island. I hear you shouting out Long Island.
Big up to the Cracker Jacks. Big up to the Triumph set.
I remember the Cracker Jacks, Joe.
Big up to the Rumpleton. That was, and myself, that was the New School Society.
That's what's up, bro.
So then you start, I don't even want to ask any questions. I want Tilda to answer questions, ask questions.
Listen.
But I'm thinking of like Public Enemy now and how all of this comes into play.
What was
So
the name of the
shit.
crew again, Ramp? You said it was the new
the
school.
new
That's
society.
so cold.
Leaders of the new school, Rumpelstiltskins, Cracker
Yes,
Jack,
Rumpelstiltskins.
I
Wow.
remember them,
and
dog.
me.
Holy shit,
And the first
Rumpelstiltskins.
record, listen, and the first record I ever been on was Leaders of the New School, Spontaneous. All of us, 13 MCs.
That was
record.
you.
That was me.
Oh, that's one
I
of
was
my
the last one.
favorite joints,
I
dog.
was the last Boy Scout. I was the last Boy Scout.
That's right.
Yo, you said that was the 13 MC joint? Is it
Yeah.
13 MC joint?
That's got to be
And
the
I- and I
longest
go,
posse
oh.
cut ever. How long
my-
is that song?
and
10
my
minutes
voice,
long,
and my
Rampage?
verse, and my verse go
Dang.
my verse from that go extra.
That
Read
was
it. Look
that's
what it's all about.
Wow.
I'm the last Boy Scout.
Yes,
I turn it out
Right.
anytime that I can. My
Yep.
master plan is to do what's grand. I'm a
Underhand,
brother,
yep.
a real brother. Yeah.
I don't want to cut you, Rampage, but we did ask about the name, right? Can you explain to me? I don't know why. I'm just always curious about this. What is the last Boy Scout part of it? What's that about with the name? I love it, but I just want to know what's that about.
Because I'm always the last one in my crew.
Wow.
And you got to save the best for last.
Wow.
Okay, so the cleanup, like the hit of the home run. All right, got it. I thought it had maybe to do something with the movie or nothing like that.
So was Spontaneous the first major song that you were on?
Yep.
Outside of like demos and stuff. Okay, so
yep.
I was always curious. Okay, so you were on that, and but then your album doesn't come out till 97. What is Spontaneous? That's like 91 maybe.
Leaders of the New School.
Right, Leaders of the New School album. Time.
Yeah. So that was on Electra Records, and also I produced a song. If you look on the credits, I produced a song on that album too, with Backspin the Vibe Chemist, who also produced Wild for the Night.
That's right. That's right. He did.
Wow.
I played Wild for the Night earlier today. Yo, it was on shuffle.
I did too.
And when it came on, I was like, "Oh shit, yes."
That was my joint.
So then what? And you said you got signed before Busted did.
Yeah, I was signed to Rowdy and Arista and FlipMode.
So what was happening between the time you got signed and the time that your album came out? Because there was several years in there, I believe. And wasn't there the Red October album?
I was supposed to see that album was highly anticipated, but I never put it out because we were going through label changes with Rowdy and Arista.
Okay.
And I was out there in Atlanta learning the game from Dallas Austin. Big up to Dallas Austin. And also, he was the one that put that FlipMode logo together. If anybody didn't know, he was the one that put FlipMode, the logo. Like he was the one that gave Buster his first production deal.
Oh, that's
and
dope.
then I was one of the first. Me and Cracker Jacks were the first ones signed over there.
So someone that we reached out to folks on social media said, "Yo, what should we ask Rampage?" And someone asked, shout out to Vincent Ruff. He asked, "How can I get a physical copy of Red October? Do they exist? Did it ever come out like on a physical form?"
Tell you something. I don't care who might get, get a physical. And only person, I'm gonna keep this real. Only person that might have physical of Red October is my cousin DJ Playwright. Because back in the days, anytime that I would get a tape, I would give it to him just in case I lost it. So all our demos for back in the days, you gotta hijack his basement. But he has every last thing I ever did on demo. From records that y'all might know and all that Red October stuff. He got the original.
Oh wow.
I don't even got it.
Oh wow. Wow.
And one day he'd just be like, "Yo, look what and he'll call me, DJ Playwright will call me and be like, "Yo, look what I got." I'd be like, "You motherfucker. Let me get that."
Let me get that back.
So that's $4,000.
And he's also my older cousin. He was a DJ and he was a big influence to my life. So him and Buster was like the most big influence in my life. He was a DJ, Buster was an MC. So that's why I DJ and I MC because of both of them.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I definitely want to get into what you've been working on now, but I do have to ask about Scout's Honor album that came, I think it was 97.
Right.
I noticed on
The
yeah.
classic Scouts Honor.
What's that? I'm sorry.
The classic.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely for sure.
I said the
the classic.
Scouts
Yes.
Honor.
A lot of the production was DJ Scratch on there. There's a few other cats that are credited, but DJ Scratch did a lot of it.
I gotta say this.
Mhm.
I love Scratch, one of the best producers of our time.
Yep.
And his sound producing for me on that album was excellence. And he did exactly what he said he was going to do. And he gave me him, Backspin, and Rashad, and them gave me a classic album. Like if you listen to it, it's like the grid of that album from beginning to the end is just like those was like, yo, I bought your album, but yo, it's not one of my top. I'm like, let me tell you something, man. When somebody say that you overrated, you underrated, you know, I didn't know back in the days, I didn't know how to take that, but that's fine. You can say that I'm underrated, but let me just tell you, I've been on that album, touring off that album for so many years, getting the bag off that album. That's ridiculous. That album put me in a different tax bracket. You know what I'm saying? So those who never bought any of my albums, I advise you to go get every FlipMode connecting. It's like a puzzle. You gotta buy the whole catalog. Just don't buy Rampage. Go buy Rod Digger. Go buy all the Busta Rhymes albums. Go buy the FlipMode first album. Buy all those records and put them together. You'll notice the difference of all the sounds, how they connect like a puzzle.
Yeah. You all dropped some.
That's for you real hip hop heads.
Yes, and something else that I think that you all did extremely well during that time. You know, towards the end of the '90s, you know, Diddy's influence. There was a lot of like polished, very shiny, you know, hip hop coming out, and there was like this underground type of vibe, like, you know, and there was kind of fractions in hip hop. And I think you all did such a good job of appealing to both. Like there was cats on the underground loving your stuff. There was, you know, the more casual hip hop listener, the more, you know, mainstream hip hop listener loving your stuff. You all threaded that needle so well, you know, super dope. Yeah.
Yo, I think because we were well rounded, and I still got to give those credits to Busta because again, being around him, he influenced me a whole lot, and every time he told me something, it always came true. He'd be like, yo, cousin, trust me on this one. When you jump on this flavor in your ear, like, I don't know if y'all seen his recent interviews on Hot 97, and he was talking to Puffy on why he needed to put me on the record, and it was funny that you gave me that, why Busta felt that way. Busta didn't take no money for that record, he sacrificed him getting the bag of putting me on the record. That was like worth more than money. Like, I never knew that until he said it in an interview, and that kind of got me like, damn, cousin, you wrote that for me? And he really didn't have to, but he believed in me when I didn't even believe in myself. You know, when I dropped Ramshack, let me tell y'all, man, I put out one record over there with Dallas and them called Beware the Ramshack. Even though, you know, some hip hop heads got the vinyl and all that stuff, and, you know, I moved about 60,000 units. I want to believe that I moved about over 100,000 records to this date, but I was feeling really crappy about that because I wanted major success because I thought that record should have been bigger than what it was. So big up to Rashad Smith for producing that. And I think Salaam Remy has some hands in that too. So my first single, which is called Beware the Ramshack. So during that time, you know, I was going through label transition, and Busta, I just remember Busta saying, if you fall, get back up. And one day I was just feeling crappy, and I get a call from Craig Mack and Buster on the three-way, and Buster was like, I told you I got you, right? And I was like, yeah, I know that, but I was like, whatever, man. And then he had Craig Mack on the phone. Craig Mack talking about he's such a fan of me. I'm like, Craig Mack, get the fuck out of here. Because he got Flavor in Your Air at this time was like the original version was like,
fire.
I had a different life on the world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Bus was like, I'm getting you on this remix. I was like, okay, I'm coming to get you at 6 o'clock. We're going to the studio. I walk in the studio. Puff says to me, everybody doing their verse. So when I walked in, first verse I heard was Biggie. I'm like, phew. Then I heard L, and I'm like, and Puffy was like, where's your verse? I'm like, huh?
He's like, you up next.
Huh? So I said, give me 15 minutes. And then I said, I wrote that shit in 15 minutes.
You fucking with the wrong man, man.
And you wrote that boy in 15 minutes, bro?
Have doubts.
In 15 minutes.
Come on, bro.
That's how my last word was. My last word was, yo, Puff, I need you to say, burn him in the flame. That's how he got on the record.
Hey, Rap, that verse means so much more now that you say it.
Yeah, I know, bro.
The way you ended yo Puff, burn him in the flame. He said with your verse, and you like yo Puff. There it is, right there.
So
there go your verse.
So I'm listening to Biggie's verse 20 times. So people, Buster's in the corner scribbling up his verse. But he's still looking at me, and I'm still shocked that Puff is saying to me, yo, what's up with your verse? So Easy Mo B, the engineer, was running the beat. Biggie shit is jumping off. L shit is jumping off. So I'm hearing those two verses, and then I finally hear Craig Mack's verses. So I'm sitting there pacing back and forth. So I said, I got it. Bus said, you done? I'm like, yeah. 2194. Mad motherfucking hardcore. It's my time to burn to explore. The flavor in your ear is the Boy Scout. I make outs. I make other rappers have doubts. You fucking with the wrong man and the wrong clan. That's it. Now you got to get your dome split. I go into my knapsack with my gap, take off my hat. Yes, I'm just cool like that.
And you get them in the video.
From the Flatbush Abyss, BLS 97 kids bounce to this. I'm going to live long in this rap game. Niggas know my name. Yo, Puffy.
Burn them in the flame.
That verse was I wrote that verse because I was be a mom and didn't come like that. So I think about it. I did it. I didn't care who was on the record. I just wanted to fit in, and I did exactly what I needed to do, and I executed. Then weeks later, I'm on the video shoot, and I'm the last one to shoot my verse on the video. Puffy stayed. Everybody was doing their verse going home. Puffy was like, no, you gonna go. Now I understood why he kept me last. So big up to Puffy, man. Big up to Craig Mack, RP. My best friends are Biggie and Craig Mack. Like, those was my two dudes because they let me open up for them. And I used to travel with them heavy. So big up to them.
Yeah.
And big up to Busta Rhymes for really, really believing in me when I didn't believe in myself.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's really cool, dog. That's family right there, G.
Yeah.
Man, you remember that?
Keep it real. It was
that flavor remix was really.
I was gonna get 8.
What's that, Rampage? Go ahead.
It was either I was gonna get. I was gonna say this before you say that.
Yep.
Not to cut you off. I was gonna say either the streets was gonna swallow me, or Busta saved my life.
Yeah.
So I went with Busta saving my. I went with Busta saving my life.
Yeah. That's dope.
And he don't. And I I always tell Buster thank you, and he always tell me stop telling him thank you because I was dope anyway.
No, that's interesting. I want profound, but something to what you just said, Rampage. I heard Spliff Star say that in an interview too. He says that he feel that Buster helped save his life too and took him off the streets.
Real
Same
talk,
type of
100.
vibe, yeah.
Real talk, 100. And I'm gonna let that's something that Spliff can only explain because again, Bush see things. Remember I told you he see things and it always come true. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how people put you on and they try to pull your leg or give you the 52 fake out. One thing I can say about my cousin, he ain't never misled me. Never, ever, 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 ever since the cradle, my dude. The dude has been 100 since the cradle. And remember, he's my older brother. He's my older cousin. We raised in the same house. I know this dude. And when this dude say something, you best to believe his bond is word. And one thing I can say is he took me off the block, y'all. Yeah. Yo, if it was never for him taking me off the block, I wouldn't be here talking to y'all. He saved my life when dudes was getting killed and smoked and out there in Flappers going to Rikers Island in jail. My cousin said, I'm coming with him. I'm rolling with him while he was rolling with leaders of the new school at 17. I'm a roadie on the road with leaders of the new school, learning the game, watching them and Public Enemy and Ice Cube on tour together. I experienced that. Before I started rapping, he wanted me to experience that. Not too many people got, I went to school and got my GED and I got out because I made a decision that I wanted to do music. He gave me, and him and my mother, he said, Auntie, I want Roger to come with me. My mother said I had to finish school, you know, rude boy. So I'm gonna have to finish school. So I said, fuck it, let me get my GED. He said, Auntie, I got Roger a deal, you know. I got Roger a deal. I really had a deal at Rowdy Records, my dude. That's unheard of, bro. My cousin didn't have to do that. He could have been like, yo, I got classics. I'm on Heavy D Records, right? I'm fucking with Kane. I'm on Scenario.
Man, Joe.
I'm on Scenario.
That come on down, man.
Hold on. 2 scenarios, Ramp. I'm on Leaders of the No School Records. What family member you know do that for their family, y'all? Yo, when the brother tell me, yo, it's time to rock, nigga, I'm gone. It ain't no talking.
No looking back.
So, no, you can't. Let me show you. Busta Rhymes made me rich, my nigga. I'm cool. No. That's not just, I'm not bragging. What I'm saying is, he changed my life. He changed my way of thinking. Rich in the mind. He changed, I didn't know where I was going. He helped me direct myself. He showed me how to get to it. He showed me how to swim. He could have just left me swimming with Finding Nemo. I'm keeping this a buck with y'all. So when
It's that love.
So when I say Busta Rhymes made me rich, I say that and I don't have to go back to New York Avenue, y'all. I took care of my mom's estate. He helped me take care of my mom. So that's what I mean by rich.
Yeah.
He put me in a situation that I can help myself.
Yeah.
Not too many people would do that for their family.
Yeah.
What was it? Much less friend.
And that's what hip hop, that's like what the true essence of hip hop is all about. It's not about one individual rising. It's about us coming up collectively as a family, as a community. You know what I'm saying? It's not about the individual.
Yo, I've been doing this so long, I sometimes I forget, right? But when I look at my son and I look at I got look, I got 6 children. I got 5 girls and 1 boy. Yo, when I look at my son and my kid and my daughters, my son is my baby son. So when I look at my kids, I look how time flies, and I be like, damn, they've been eating for a long time. Yo, that shit trips me out.
Yeah.
Yo, for real. My oldest daughter is 28. My son is 11, going on 12. But my daughters are in their 20s. Yo, I got 3 grandkids, bro. Let me show you. Hold up. I don't feel like a grandfather. I feel like Rampage. I feel So just to let y'all know, I have 3 grandchildren, dog. A lot of motherfucking rappers ain't never seen their grandkids. They pass or they gone or their careers is done.
Yeah.
Right.
Let me tell y'all how good God is. Let me tell y'all how good God is. I get a text, I want to say about a month ago, and Buster said, "You ready?" I was like, "What you mean? Are you ready?" Yo, we about to kill these motherfuckers. I said, "Yeah, I'm ready." So I've been in, and just to let everybody know, I've been in the gym, because again, over them years, you can't be on them stage for 2 hours doing the wagga wagga. We not gonna do that.
He said the wagga wagga.
So Buster says to me a month ago, "You ready?" When he tells me that, there's 2 things. That it's in process, because he's processing some things.
Yeah.
And once he figure it out, but he's preparing me. Somebody give you the smoke, put it in the air. That Batman symbol, you know what it is? He gave me the Batman symbol. I know what it is, and I have to prepare myself. That not just me, the squad. Because again, we just finished a new album. It's completed. It's done.
FlipMode Squad.
The new
Mixed
FlipMode
mastered.
No, it's not mixed and mastered yet.
Wow. But the FlipMode Squad album is done.
It's done.
Man.
You heard it here first.
That's everybody. Rod Digger, you.
Lord have mercy.
Oh my God. Stop playing with me. Oh,
He got the illest voice. He got the illest voice. I didn't know he was back with the crew.
Yes.
Bro.
Can you speak on it at all? Like who's on it? Who produced it? What was it like making it? Can you give us any of those details yet?
No. I'm just telling you right now.
I think he's spoken up. I think he's spoken up.
He said
He gave us a lot.
Yeah,
we'd have to ask.
We gotta take what he's giving us, bro.
Because again, everybody should wait.
Hey,
all right. I'm gonna give you a demonstration. You see
he
how
gonna tell me a Dilla beat is on it.
You see how Buster is giving you a kind of whip ass right now?
Yeah.
Have y'all seen how many videos he put out? How much new records he got off that new album?
Crazy.
4, 5. Nobody, hold up. Nobody knew that was coming, did they?
No.
Nah.
He didn't even warn you. He just gave you the whip ass.
Yeah. I got a signed copy too, B. In the middle of COVID, I got a signed copy of that album.
So understand when I tell you this FlipMode album is gonna give you the whip ass, I can't tell you no more. All I can say to you is stay tuned.
Hey, we definitely will, because that joint Follow the Wave, that song.
That Busta Rhymes, that whole album, bro. Yeah. That new album.
Hold up. Let me hear your thoughts on Follow the Wave though.
Oh, I love that beat, man. I love that. I think that's a Knots produced beat, and I love.
I was gonna say who produced that Knots.
Yeah, Knots, and I love that song. How'd that song come together?
Stay tuned. I'm not telling you.
They gonna say they got a
We
part
got to
2
invite
that
you back
joint.
when the album drops.
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
We gotta invite you back,
Is
bro.
there a Dilla beat on this one, Rampage?
Listen.
Is there a Dilla beat on this
I
new
can't
album?
tell you.
I can't tell
Stay
you.
tuned.
Stay
I'm not
tuned.
telling you.
Stay tuned.
I'm not. Look,
I'm not saying nothing.
All right,
on
but it's
my chinny chin chin. I'm not telling you.
coming. That's you gave us enough.
Listen.
It's coming, and we
Listen.
will be anticipating it for sure.
Listen,
This year, 2021.
listen. I'm not telling you.
And
So,
so I remember
Allegedly.
in the interview they was talking about the mystique of Busta, like how like he's able to keep that mystique about him because his life is so private, and that's why the album just dropped out of nowhere, like because it was like on a hush. You know what I'm saying? Like it just speak to how dope Busta
because
is.
I feel like the secret is like what I just told you. Stay tuned. Because I personally know.
Yeah.
You know how some groups just come back and then they drop the album and then y'all be like, that shit is tango. That shit is whack.
Oh yes.
Let me go back to the first one. Let me compare this. Let me tell y'all something. When y'all hear this one, this is one that's for the masses. This is one for the heads. This shit is on that earth. This shit is gonna shake the motherfucking world. And I'm running rampant through the whole motherfucker, like from bottom to end.
Wow.
Like, let me show you. Digger.
I already know. Stop playing.
Hold up. Lord have mercy. Oh my God. Buster. Oh my stars.
Wow.
Baby Jam. Whoa. Killing
Wow,
the
Baby Sham. Wow. Yeah.
Man,
cool
can't
Spliff.
wait.
Spliff. Hold up. Spliff Star.
It's
I know
Star.
Spliff Pen that got ugly
Listen,
nasty, but right now.
my dude, when we walked in the studio for the first time, yo, what's up? Fuck the dumb shit. Shit got brutal. When I say shit got brutal, it got brutal. Ain't no other group, listen, ain't no other group in hip hop is fucking with this.
Wow.
Stay tuned. That's all I
Stay
gotta
tuned. Stay tuned. You heard it. You heard it here.
I'm tuned.
FlipMode album coming.
I'm tuned.
Can't wait. Well, speaking
Hold
of
up.
new, yeah, go
They
ahead.
can call it whatever they want to call it. But all I'm gonna do is say stay tuned.
Well, speaking of new music, I'm curious to know if you can speak to the new music that you have coming. I was
on
told
top
you
of
gotta.
that,
What's
so
that?
so on top of that, I'm glad you're saying so.
Yep.
I'm working on my two new albums, When Hell Freezes
two.
Over, Part 1 and Part 2.
Wow.
So I got 2 albums coming.
Yo, I have to comment. I was sent a joint in preparation for this interview, a few joints, and that joint, Rampage, What's My Name? Really feeling that joint. I love how, like, what's that?
Thank you.
I love the space in the song, like the drums and the bass, and the way they move around each other, and then the way you flow on it. It's not like this rapid, aggressive. It's space. You kind of, it's
Let me
very
just tell you,
creative. It's dope.
that ain't even the tip of the iceberg.
Oh,
That's just for you to do what you just did.
yeah.
That's just, here you go. This is a little something. Just, I don't know. Can we play some of it now? Or
Yeah, I can pull it up. Yeah.
So let's go through it. I want to go through it with you guys. So the first joint I want to hear is Bars and Thoughts. I just want to warm you up with the song called Bars and Thoughts, and then we'll come back and can we go? Can we rock out? Can we?
Yeah, I can play it. Do you want me to play the full song?
Yeah, I want you to play. Just play it. Let's come on, man. This is me. I normally don't do this. Let's get it.
Hey, I'm down. Let me pull this up here.
They won't
All right.
pull this if you play the whole thing too.
What's that?
It's all right if you play the whole thing. They won't.
Yeah, we hip hop, man. We
All
gonna
right,
make
so this is what we're gonna do. Let's play some of it and then we go to the next one.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm careful to not play other people's music, but Rampage is here.
Okay.
No,
then
giving us
good.
authority.
I think we're gonna go full blast, fellas.
Let's Rampage, you can they'll be able to hear us and the song. So whenever you want me to cut it, if you want me to.
So we're gonna go to bars and thoughts. And remember that all these songs I never wrote down. Everything was off top of my head. I haven't wrote a rhyme in years. Everything is on all the shit you hearing. I ain't writing none of that shit. That shit is off the top.
So wait, can you tell us who produced them or no?
Yeah, I can tell you who. Yeah, producing the record we're about to hear, Bars and Hooks, produced by my dude DJ One Technique, and What's My Name is produced by Felony Music, and We Out is produced by Black Waters. That will be the last song.
Okay, cool. So this is Bars and Thoughts.
Yeah, produced by One Technique.
Cool.
Yeah. This is what I'm thinking. Know what I mean, One Tech? That's what I'm thinking. I gotta give it to him. Yeah. It's like this. I spit that flow, I give them the chills. I ain't gotta be famous to be on gangsta grills. I got that street work like Derek for real. No Vanaway, how I spin this wheel. I'm from the era where you gotta have skill. Bulletproof lyrics with mass appeal. A lot of y'all right, but don't spit that real. Niggas overdosing, taking them pills. New York zone, man is still. Hardcore renegade, I'm in this field. Beastie Boys, I'm licensed to kill. Focus on the paper, I'ma get these mills. Brooklyn City Wrecker, straight from the Mecca. I've been flowing off Henny and Dr. Pepper. 2018, now who's the hot stepper? First lieutenant, you know the trendsetter. Reign supreme, any type of weather. Charging promoters up just like David Guetta. In and out of town, catch me overseas. On the islands, looking at palm trees. This is classic like Sporty Thieves. These my mind thoughts as I'm choking on the trees. Sorry that I kept y'all waiting. No other artist has been anticipated. A lot of y'all niggas is really outdated. When hell frees over, your boy is here to change it. No mumble rap, y'all hated niggas complaining. I'm never selling my soul, so I'ma keep banging. The game dead, I don't have to keep explaining. Gun up in my hand, so I'ma keep aiming. One Tech on the beat, you know I'm maintaining. The game is on me and I'm tearing them out the framing. Your haters don't like me, so I'ma keep raining. Working out, I'm on this money training. Since 94, your boy has been gaining. I'ma do me, you know I'm never changing. Funny niggas, you just like the Waynans. I'm going all out, I'ma start naming. It's a drought, you know I got clout. Boy Scout is back here to turn it out. You in danger, here to show my anger. From the hood to the block, this one is major. You never gonna stop my paper. You crossed the wrong one, it's danger. Rap cops on my top, I got the flamer. Talking racist shit just like Kramer. Snitching on me, you need to sign my waiver. This is my bars and thoughts up on the paper.
Yeah.
Yes.
Official.
Yes. I didn't have it queued up. Yeah, wait. There we go.
Yeah. Thanks, bro.
Yo, yes.
Fire, bro.
That's fire.
Exclusive. Damn.
Man, that's fire.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
So.
And you didn't write none of that down. That's off the dome.
That's straight off the top.
Wow.
Crazy, bro.
Like 4
nasty,
takes.
Joe. That's nasty.
So now we're gonna go to What's My Name, produced by Felony Music.
Yeah.
All right. What's my name? Oh yes, this is my joint right here. I like this one.
Thanks for sharing this with us. Man.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, this is What's My Name. Here we go.
Felony Music.
What's my motherfucking name? What's my motherfucking name? What's my motherfucking name? What's my motherfucking name?
I'm really shooting for the crown. I'm back on the set to really lay y'all niggas down. I'm repping the East, I'm really here to bust it down. I'm speaking the truth, I'm here to address you clowns now. What? Still smoking on the chalices. Fuck it, I got y'all niggas on dialysis. Guess who suck? The battleship. Y'all don't really know who you fooling with. Know the history, who you coolin' with. Yeah, sometimes I change faces. Out here on these streets catching cases. You see me pull up, you catch the vapors. Lieutenant on the street now. Move the wrong way, catch a beat down. Live from New York to Beantown. I got you straight, listen to me now. I'm here to set it off.
What's my motherfucking name?
I'm back to the game.
What's my motherfucking name?
I got this thing on flame.
What's my motherfucking name?
I'm here to address your lanes.
What's my motherfucking name?
You don't really want the beast out. Yes, it's time to really bring the streets out. West Coast, I really bring the East out. Mess around, I knock your whole teeth out. Now who running the Badlands? I'm back in the cut, me and Felon, my mans. Ain't nothing changed but the rent. In the 500 with the quarter 10. Cruising through the block, this is what I meant. Into my chippers, dollars in my cents. Cops on my top, ain't about a bitch. Dipping through the Ave, this is how I switch. My soldier on first, this is how I pitch. A nigga like me, yo, I'm really rich. Niggas like you, I dump in a ditch. Flipping on me, you better get a grip. I'm here to set it off.
What's my motherfucking name?
I'm back to the game.
What's my motherfucking name?
I got this thing on flame.
What's my motherfucking name?
I'm here to address your lanes.
What's my motherfucking name?
Yes.
Ooh, that be fire.
I know. Yo.
Oh my God.
Yo. We were talking about Dilla tonight, and I promised Rampage, you and IO, you were giving like that song, like that Dilla beat reaction. Whenever you heard Dilla beats, like, yes.
All you doing is making the ugly face when that comes
exactly
on.
the ugly face, yeah.
And that one right there was produced by Felony Music. Big up to Felony Music.
Shout out.
This next one, this one is special, man. This is produced by my guy Blackwaters. Let's get to it.
Is this We Out?
We Out.
We Out. Okay, cool. Yep. Here we go.
We had prepared a special mix to show our appreciation for your support. Thank you, DJs.
Blackwater?
I know the streets can't stand it. I'm back on my diggable planets. Y'all don't really want the static. This one is really sporadic. I'm romancing my stone. My shorty look like Cleopatra Jones. Brooklyn, I'm back up in the zone. I had to body this one on my own. East Coast, West Coast, I'm coming for the throne. Black Diablo, I'm sitting on chrome. Going through your city just like I'm Diddy Combs. Your boy Crazy Pay, drinking the Ace of Spades. Dipping on the cops right next to the World Trade. Hit the parking lot, jump in my Escalade. Watch me face off just like Nicolas Cage. I got the burners out, now I'm ready to blaze. Cause I roll like that, I move like that, I feel like that, I'm fly like that, I grind like that, I hustle like that. You on that mumble rap? I'm out. I roll like that. I move like that. I feel like that. I fly like that. I grind like that. I hustle like that. You on that mumble rap? I'm out. Your boy kinda hot. Everything steaming. Niggas getting cash like Willie Beeman. All these groupie broads want your boy semen. Had 30 vodkas, no I'm not leaning. Homie want the beef, I'ma stop him from breathing. Jewels extra heavy, I know it's the season. This how I move, I'm killing in the region. 7 in the crescent, goons on my side, I'm not gonna stress it. Out here on these streets, I know it's kinda hectic. Ramp on the check-in, no half-stepping. Roll by myself, I don't need no protection. Killing VIPs, send them bottoms to my section. Let me show you how your boy got connections. Fly in the mirror, you can see my reflections. Don't support Gucci, I got that perfection. Squad through the back door, we making that. That's it. I move like that, I feel like that, I'm fly like that, I grind like that, I hustle like that. You on that mumble rap? I'm out. I roll like that, I move like that, I feel like that, I'm fly like that, I grind like that. You on that mumble rap? I'm out. I'm out. I'm out.
You gotta put Diggable
Hey,
in the
can
video.
you play that again, bro?
You gotta
Hey,
put Diggable in
you gotta
the
play that
video.
again, bro. You gotta play that again, bro.
Holy shit.
One more, just
Pull
the first,
up,
just play the first
rewind.
verse, bro.
One more
Again, bro.
time.
You
Man,
gotta
I
run
agree.
that back,
One more
bro.
time.
That boy
Stay
tough,
tuned.
bro.
Stay tuned.
Yo.
This is an exclusive.
That
We
boy
have prepared a
tough,
special
bro.
mix
That
Dude,
boy
to
I'm
show
wiggling
our
over here. I'm
appreciation for
wiggling
your
and jiggling.
support.
I
It's
love
just
that you have
crazy.
that
Thank
that
you,
saying
Diggable in there.
everything that I feel, Ramp, about
I know the streets
this
can't
music
stand it.
today.
I'm back on my Diggable planets.
Man.
Come on, man.
Y'all don't really want the static. This one is really sporadic.
You ain't got no
I'm
bombs,
romancing
Till.
my stone. My shorty
Drop a
look like
bomb,
Cleopatra
Till.
Jones. Brooklyn, I'm back
Man,
up
when
in the
these
zone.
beats drop,
I had to
drums,
body this one on my own. East Coast, West
Yes.
Coast, I'm coming for the throne. Black Diablo, I'm sitting on chrome. Going through your city just like I'm Diddy Combs. Your boy Crazy Pay, drinking the Ace of Spades. Dipping on the cops right next to the World Trade. Hit the parking lot, jump in my Escalade. Watch me face off just like Nicolas Cage. I got the burners out, now I'm ready to blaze. Cause I roll like that, I move like that, I feel like that, I'm fly like that, I grind like that, I hustle like that. You on that mumble rap? I'm out. I roll like that, I move like that, I feel like that, I'm fly like that, I grind like that, I hustle like that. You on that mumble rap? I'm out. Your boy kinda hot,
Yo.
everything steaming.
Good,
Yo,
Niggas getting
that's ill,
That
man.
boy tough,
That's
bro.
dope.
Trouble.
That boy is tough. That's gonna be trouble on the street when you release that, boy. Man, Joe.
Problems.
Yo, Rampage, can you
dog.
tell us more about this album, or are we getting more
So
stay tuned?
Stay tuned.
It's funny because I spoke to my brother Shaheem Reed the other day, which is the president of Conglomerate. So I did some records that nobody would ever touch. And I wound up doing that gas face shit over.
Oh,
Y'all hear that shit?
oh.
I played it for Search. He was like, yo, understand, like, I'm clowning on When Hell Freezes Over Part 1. I went in so much. I played it for DOC. He was like, yo.
A word?
Like, I just played it for people that I loved, like the Part 1 version. What y'all hearing is just the sprinkles.
Wow.
But when I get into When Hell Freezes Over, I'm really going at everybody that was very disrespectful over the years. I'm really talking. I'm bigging up. I'm giving everybody their flowers.
Yeah.
Those who passed, present. It's like when y'all hear the first one to When Hell Freezes Over, I don't give a fuck. And the shit is gonna really stain on a lot of people because again, these were records that we love. And I felt like I needed to capture these records one more time because again, the game is missing that. And a lot of us artists that come from that era lost ourselves in the mix. They got caught up in Finding Nemo, whatever they caught up in. But I just tell you one thing, when I let one of them When Hell Freezes Over Part 1 go by or niggas' heads, it ain't no stopping me in this. They could take it however they gonna take it. And everybody gonna be like, yo, is he talking to me? It don't even fucking matter.
Exactly.
It don't even matter because FlipMode is the squad and you can't do shit about it.
The squid off.
So listen, and I'm gonna tell anybody, I got 100 records for whoever want it with me lyrically.
Wow.
I'm bodying everything.
Yeah, you snap, man.
I can't wait. I can't wait for more.
So When Hell Freezes Over is a different Rampage from Scout Sauna. I got a lot of classic shit on there.
Yeah.
Very iconic. I thought it like when I did this album, I knew I was gonna do it in 2 pieces. So I'm gonna tell y'all a little something I want to do. So since, and I was like running this through to my people. So people didn't see me in a minute. So you see how Buster got all that. He has this thing. You go in the library and you go in his library, you see all the classic records and all that. But I thought about it too, because I told people how I wanted to open. I told my team how I wanted to open my album, whereas you didn't see me in a while. I'm in a time capsule. And Buster walks in and say, throw out Rampage. And then because I was on ice.
Right.
It says the year that I was on just stopped. And this is how I want to come into my shit. I'm on ice. And you didn't see me in the world. I'm not dead. I'm still breathing. I'm on ice like Disney. Whatever. When they freeze me, that's when it stopped. I didn't lose nothing. I didn't lose no skill. I ain't lose no rhyme. I ain't lose the beat.
Yeah.
See, a lot of people can't come back to this era and do what I just played for y'all.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody sounding like
Yeah.
everybody sounding like they rhymes is off a little bit.
Yeah.
They need fine tuning. Let me show you something. I'm the lyrical lieutenant. I'm a madman. Lyrically. Don't get the classics fucked up. I will fucking demolish motherfuckers. When y'all hear When Hell Freezes Over, from beginning to the end, that's how I did it. Y'all know I load that 90s shit. So from the very first song to the end, yo, Bus was like, yo, that shit classic. I can't even front on you, fam. Listen, I ran rampant. And I don't give a fuck. They could talk about me. They could do whatever. They could throw stones at the fucking throne. I'm snatching everything. But everybody's gonna stay tuned though.
Definitely. After that, man.
I got the last laugh.
That boy, G.
Whenever I come, I'm gonna have the last laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait till you release them, Joe.
I can't either, man.
Listen. I got a joint with Craig Mack on my album.
A word?
That's on When Hell Freezes Over Part 2.
Wow.
Can we stop talking about this project? Man, I never say this, but man, you got my mouth watering, bro. We got to switch the topic, bro. You can't keep doing that, bro. We got to switch the topic, man.
I'm gonna ask one last question.
Switch the topic.
I just want to know, did you record like this during this pandemic? Did you record any of this during this whole pandemic or what? Or is this previous stuff? I know what you want to tell me.
I'm gonna just tell you this. I got 100 records for When Hell Freezes Over Part 1, Part 2, and maybe a Part 3. I got 100. Felony told no.
He said no.
So Fel told me the other day, because Fel records all my stuff. He told me the other day I got 1,000 new records. I wrote nothing down.
Wow.
You got inspired.
Okay.
I got 1,000 new records.
So let me ask, how so
I was over here
bust my head right now, bro. Like, so okay. Work. Let's talk about work.
Sweating.
Let's talk about work ethic. So how many songs you think a day you record?
3.
3 a day.
Yeah, I track myself. I track myself. I'm in my boxes. I got the beat. I got beats from everybody.
Yeah.
You recording like a reggae artist now.
Hold up. I'm one of those when you give me a beat, if it's all right or whatever, I just record it anyway because my process is this record is for this record is for that record. I'm gonna put this in this category. I'm gonna put it because I never know what my fans will want. So I'm gonna make every kind of record. That's a well-rounded artist. I make records. That's what I do. I'm the lieutenant. I'm home, baby. FlipMode is still the squad.
Man, that's crazy.
Squidard.
That's dope, bro.
Understand? I'm a madman. I've been alive like this. Yo, Buster was like, yo, we know you got the records rap.
Wow.
This shit classic rap. I ain't even gonna front. I was like, yo, thank you. I was like, yo, your shit classic.
Good year.
Based off of what I just heard, you smashing a lot of stuff that's out here right now.
So the crazy shit is when people don't see us, they think we fell off or ramp is not there or ramp. let me tell y'all, everybody, please don't get it fucked up. If you don't see me, that don't mean that I gotta be on the front of everything. Just know I'm somewhere there.
You cooking.
Just know that I never had a departure.
Wow.
Yeah.
My squad never had a departure. My squad, incredible.
Because you see Rod
Y'all
Digger
feeling
doing
me?
the
Yeah, that's cool.
Rod Digger. You see Rod Digger doing the podcast with
the
Lord
podcast.
Jamar. You think she, you know, that's all she doing. I know her pen thick.
Let's know you don't. Rod Digger.
I already know. I'm telling you, I know. I'm a huge Rod Digger fan. I already know.
That's Harriet, Dirty Harriet.
What?
Dirty.
Yo, let me tell you something, man. Ain't no female rapper.
I already know.
In the existence of hip hop,
man,
is fucking with the first lady, Rod Digger.
Man, G.
And I'm gonna just say Splash Brothers style. Your Digger's not right, dog. He don't got it all, dog. Listen. She don't got it all,
bro. With lines like I be burning MCs like Betty's grandson, bro. Like she be coming with lines like that, bro. Like what?
Listen. Don't get it fucked. Remember that cartoon? Don't you believe it? Yo, that nigga Lord have mercy.
Yeah, beast.
Yeah, he is.
One of the illest voices.
Hold on. The voice of the 10 Commandments.
The burning bush. You're funny.
Yo. Stop playing. Yo, he's in his
funny.
When I tell you, I had to leave the room like 100 times. I'm like, damn. I had to go in the corner and go, is it safe to come out?
Yeah.
Wow. Yo, that nigga Buster, the A1 of the world. Oh, you think what you hearing?
Not the face, right?
Listen. I don't care what anybody say. Verses or no verses. You can't fuck with Busta Rhymes.
Yeah, Bust, man.
Yo, listen. If you did a verses with Busta, it gotta be really fair. What I mean by really fair is you gotta go to all the records that he featured on. And if you go to all the records that he featured on, he whips every rapper's ass because he got more features than everybody in hip hop. And I'm gonna sit here and wait.
Yeah, he got a lot of features.
Hold up. Let's not forget this shit that he features on. Features, just the features.
Yeah.
Then think about all the classic shit he been on. Yeah. Right? Then you gotta go through all his albums. Then you got to go to his last album that he just released. Dude, if he would sit there, then hold up. What about the records you never heard? His catalog. No, fuck the catalog. The vault. Homie has the vault. Oh my God.
Wasn't this last album like some 60 tracks or something? 30-something tracks was on there?
It has you on your work.
Deluxe version has like 30 something or 26.
Good.
Which, yeah, it's got a lot.
That ain't shit.
Man.
Y'all didn't hear nothing.
He said he's been working on for years.
Listen. That man's vault by itself, that's not including the shit y'all heard. The vault. Right. I just want to throw this phone away. Yo, that nigga Spliff Star is the best hype man in the world, right?
Mm.
But that nigga Spliff.
He got an album putting together or coming through.
No. Listen what I'm saying to you. Listen, what I'm
I heard him
saying.
playing some live on the IG the other day. He's playing some live joints a couple weeks ago on IG. It's sounding dope.
That nigga spliff shit. Dude, you be like this. Really?
Yeah, I heard some shit. It was fire, but I don't know if he's putting it out. Is he putting it out, or you know? Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
I'm just saying the shit that he was playing was fire.
Yo,
Like,
FlipMode on some Pinky and the Brain type stuff.
Yeah, really taking over the world, man.
Go the same thing we do every night, Pinky.
Let me tell you something. That nigga Baby Sham. Oh God, just hit me in the head. Just hit me. Just swing on me. But us collectively, when we form Voltron, ain't nobody in the game is fucking with us for a while. And they can't fuck with us because we got clips, bananas. We got everything. Grenades. Sit here and wait.
But what's ill, Rampage, is even on top of that, y'all had Rock Marciano rolling with y'all with the on and all of that from 2000. Like that shit is crazy. Like that's a whole nother branch of, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Yo.
Can't even talk about that.
All I'm gonna say is when that shit detonate, everything gonna get blown the fuck up. Yo,
Extinction Level Event 3.
Just remember, I'm like,
3.
Just remember, I got that stuff on my face. Y'all ready? It's crazy.
Yeah, Rock Marciano, the on. Wow.
Big up to Rock Mars. I love Rock.
For sure.
Yo, just big up to FlipMode. I want to say big up to FlipMode Conglomerate. Big up to my brother OT Genesis. Big up to Cooks. Big up to Prayer. Big up, just big up to Busta Rhymes, Rod Digger, Lord Have Mercy, Spliff Star, Scratchator, Baby Sham. Big up, man. I'm just and myself, man. And big up you guys for having me. Like,
for sure.
This is a dope interview, man.
Yeah, we've enjoyed it thoroughly, and I definitely want the people to know about some of the other ventures that you have going on. Your role as the president of Moorish Media Entertainment. Can you speak on that? What that's all about?
So I just became president at a new label. It's new from the ground up. Short story. I was supposed to be president for a big label. I was supposed to be the vice president of this big label in Cali. And the day that I was gonna go do the job, they fired 1,500 people.
Oh wow!
So that means if I would have went, I'd have got fired. And a lot of people don't know that I'm a music executive. Also, I sign different people to certain labels. So outside of me being Rampage, I set myself up if I never rapped again to be a music executive. Because again, how do we change the game unless we change it ourselves?
Right.
So again, I'm tired of seeing these different people, same circle of people running these labels and running the culture into the ground. And what I mean by running into the culture into the ground, it has to be a change. Somebody got us to stop. We stay the same people. Oh, I signed this dude. I signed this dude. But then they just stink up the game. You know what I'm saying? The game needs Drano right now.
Yeah.
We need to go in and clean a lot of them stuff out the piping. So I get an opportunity to become president at this label. Also, we have a major distribution in the works.
Oh, dope.
Along with this. So I'm the president of a new label. I started a social media. I bought so a lot of people don't know too. I bought this new social media company called Boom It. It's like the Black YouTube. And it's y'all can please, if y'all all join right now, I'll give y'all all y'all check marks. It's Boom It. That's BOOMUITT.com. Anybody that's watching to join my new social media platform is called Boom It. I bought into that. And again, the reason why I did it because I'm tired of be shutting off on these websites, on these Instagrams, on these Twitches, on these, as soon as we start talking what we feel, they shut us off. So they said you can't beat them, join them. So I bought Boom It. And that's also my new subdivision label because I don't want to sit on YouTube all the time.
Yeah.
YouTube ain't treating us right as the music community. They rob us for a little bit of pennies, and then you know we can't get rich on YouTube. We can't. We got to start practicing ownership. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's
you
dope.
know, that's the only way that you're gonna survive this COVID. You have to practice ownership. You have to start now. Don't wait till. I'm just not waiting. So I purchased Boom You It, right? So also today I just did a deal. I'm about to put out some water, y'all. I just did a deal with a water company. I'm gonna start doing bottles of water because again, if this COVID get crazy, only thing we're gonna be missing is toilet tissue and water. And remember how the water and toilet tissue we couldn't get it for at some time. So what I want to do is I just invested in myself and I bought a water company today. I just closed the deal out today. So I gotta send y'all some of the water. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And I want to put it in the stores and the dollar stores for $1, $1.50. You know what I mean? So I just did that deal today. So I'm always, and when I say I'm always doing something that people don't see, I like to own it. And then when you walk in the building, then you find out that I own it. Instead of telling people that I own it, I just buy it and do what I do. And from having my royalties and stuff like that, I invested into myself. I don't waste money. I invest in myself. You got to have ownership. So being the president of the record label, I have a new book coming out called Rules, Levels, and Decision. It's a motivational book to motivate. It ain't no bullshit book. It's just, in my words, helping people to be motivated and get off your ass and go ahead and do it.
What's the name of the book again?
Rules, Levels, and Decisions.
Okay, thank you.
And I just finished it a week ago. Now these are stuff being an artist that I always wanted to do, so I'm getting to it.
Doing it. That's great.
You know what I'm saying? So I own 5 digital radio stations. I don't know if y'all familiar with DRT, Digital Radio Tracker, but I own 5 radio stations under them.
Oh wow.
I'm into communication. So if y'all want a radio show, let me know and I'll get y'all cracking.
Oh,
on
dope.
one of my stations whenever y'all want together. I have also I'm into animation and film. I own this a channel through Roku called Plug TV.
Yeah.
Global. And I did that because we don't have those BETs and or just like the music game is like salty right now as far as video and visual.
Right.
Yeah. So I kind of want to bring back that culture, the rap cities, the shit that matter to the culture that help us sell records.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing that with Plug TV and Moore's TV. Also, something else, man. I'm signing people. Moore's Media, we're not putting out albums or old catalog. We signing just singles. You got a hot single, I give you a boom budget.
Oh man,
that's dope. And you also
what is it called? Moore's. What's it called?
Moore's Media Entertainment.
Okay.
You also do a monthly conference call for DJs. Is that right?
So big up to my Heat DJs.
Heat DJs.
I got 10,000 DJs under me.
Oh wow.
I do a conference call that I'm inviting you guys on the 17th.
Okay.
I got a conference call I do every 3rd Wednesday of the month. So I bring classic artists mixed with new artists, and I put them on a conference call for 2 hours, and we don't do Zoom. We don't do none of that.
Yeah.
We do listening.
Mm-hmm.
And what we do is I break your artist, and I have every record label and every publicist and every radio person and every DJ on my call. From Def Jam, Universal, Atlantic for 4 years straight. I've been doing this.
Wow.
And only way you gonna know if I invite you. You just can't jump on. Right. I have to invite you to be on it. And I have between 1,500 and 2,500 people on the phone wanting to speak to either Jermaine Dupri, Karen Civil. I would have or Ed OG, or I have OT Genesis, or I only have 8 slots. Couple of slots will go to independent artists, the rest go to classic artists.
Yeah.
Last one I had K Solo. Last one, like I do stuff that I invite people that I know from well over the years to talk to inspire the new artists.
Right.
So y'all gotta jump on my call.
Okay, yeah, February 17th.
Yep.
Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
This one I got Ralph McDaniels. I got the Superwoman Karen White. Y'all know her, Superwoman. She just started a new record label. So I'm doing people that you haven't seen in a while. What you've been doing? I had Father MC on there.
Oh wow.
I had I got CC Peniston. Oh, a lot of people still
CC Peniston. I haven't heard that name in a long time.
Yeah, man, y'all gotta join my network, man. The official DJ conference call.
Yeah, for sure.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
So when you speak to ownership, right? So for me, I consider myself a conscious hip hop artist, right? So like that's not really popular these days, right? So when you talk about ownership, like how would you advise somebody to market that something that's not, you know what I mean? If that makes sense.
So how would I'm for me.
Yeah.
I could only speak for me.
Yes.
I'm one of those dudes. I always think, what happened if it's over?
Right.
This is always in my mind. What happened if I can't rap no more? What happened if I can't feed my kids?
Yes.
You know that mindset of when you broke, when you don't have no money, you know that mindset, I ain't got no bread.
Right.
But don't you know when you don't have no bread, you have the best ideas?
Yeah, that's true.
Whenever you broke, I don't care anybody in the world, you might not have no money right now and you got the best ideas in the world.
Yeah.
Okay. When I do got money, those same ideas come to me because I always think, what happened if I can't jump on the record? What happened if I get in a car accident? What happened if I go out here and something happened to me?
Yeah.
How do I explain that to Blessing Sarai? How do I explain that to my children or my grandchildren who's looking at me?
Right.
How do you explain that to your moms? If your moms ain't working no more during the COVID and you got to help your moms or your dad or your grandmoms or your sister.
Yeah.
Right? So what I do is every time my royalties from my old shit come in, I got a list and I say, I'm going to go purchase a $1 house today. Y'all not hearing me. I just purchased a couple of dollar houses. Right? I purchased a couple of houses, right? And what I do is I go to the Home Depot and fill out an account. And then I go and find out what those houses need. And then I hire some brothers to gut this house out. Notice that I paid $1 for it, right? So I pay $1 for 4 houses that I have. I gut them out. I probably spent some of my royalty check. But if I go by the doors and the floors and stuff like that and have somebody really put them down the right way and then go in there and change the pipes the same way, right? I do that shit 4 times. And then I'm this dude to say, when I fix it up to the standards, I put it on Airbnb.
Yeah.
So when I'm sleeping,
you making money.
Guess what? I walked into some money.
Yeah.
Guess what? The money that the 10 grand that I put in each crib for $1, I know if I put it through Airbnb, when will I get my money back? Guess what? I woke up the other day and I got 5 people that's willing to rent my 4 houses. Right. But you wouldn't know this because, I'm being Roger. Because Roger have to pay the bills every 30 days.
Right.
You have to pay bills every 30 days.
Yeah.
So what I do is I woke up yesterday. One of my friends said, yo, I got an opportunity for you to buy into a water company and have your own water. So I'm like, yeah, hold up. I'm going to tell you about that in a minute too. So I said water. I wasn't even thinking about water, but I said, knowing that the pandemic, I ran out of toilet tissue and I couldn't buy no water.
Right.
Just imagine you can't drink water, brother. You can't drink tap water. So I said,
I don't mess with tap water anyway.
But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
you don't mess with tap water.
Right.
So I got an opportunity to design my own water.
Right.
That was costing me next to nothing. Pennies on a dollar. So I'm like, okay, all right, let me put my couple dollars up.
Right.
Boom, I got the logos, everything. I did all that shit myself. I didn't wait. You can't wait, brothers. Y'all gotta go ahead and do it.
Right.
Don't think about it, just do it. Because again, if this is COVID, everybody is fucked up.
Right.
Nobody got no extra. Yo, listen, everybody trying to hold that extra money. My dude, if you see an opportunity to put some extra money on something, walk in faith, not by sight.
Absolutely.
Do it. I'm one of those, y'all. Yo, when y'all don't see me, I'm making money. Because I don't know when it's over. We don't know when the world is over. You know what I mean? We don't know the expiration date on that, but I gotta leave a legacy for them children. It ain't about me no more.
Right.
Y'all see what I'm saying? Y'all got families. Y'all know, man. We don't got mothers and we don't got mothers or fathers or whatever. We got some type of people that care about us that really depends on us.
Right.
But if we don't take care of ourselves, nobody's gonna be good.
Yeah,
So
facts.
I bought me 4 houses for $1. I went to the fucking auction and said, you know what? I'll take those 4 houses. Guess what? That shit cost me nothing. And when I say $4, that could have been $4,000.
Right.
But that came from my royalties from off of Flavor in Your Ear or something from back then. So I'm able to invest in turn that, or I'm gonna just spend it and blow through it. So I'd rather turn that. Buy these houses now. When you don't see me, I'm still fresh. My closet is fresh. My grandson is fresh. I rather take care of my kids than take care of grown people. I'd rather teach my kids wealth, because we don't teach our children wealth.
No, we don't.
What is wealth? Okay, you know what, y'all? Y'all want that type of money? Y'all want them type of cars? Y'all want to do that? Well, you got to have some type of ownership. When you go on vacation with your family, if I go take the kids to Disney World, I'm spending about 5 or 6 racks, right? That ain't shit, because I just bought those houses and I got this and I got that and I got that. So when I come home, I'm West Indian. I got 90 jobs. Y'all didn't hear me. I got 90 jobs.
My tree job.
Y'all feel me?
Yeah.
And I'm about to buy a dispensary.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And I live in Phoenix where the market is open. Housing, they just passed a law. What? You say I can hustle? Really? Hold up. And I'm the president? Really? What I'm saying is, I have so many jobs. I wear so many hats. Yo, I got a Jamaican restaurant, y'all.
Wow.
Oh, word.
Come on, brother. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from Flatbush. I a hustle, boy. You know, I hustle. I have 90 jobs in a room, boy.
In Phoenix?
Listen, if you
Are
have
you in
90
Phoenix?
jobs, if you have 90 jobs, you never be broke, you know.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's the goal of it. You never be broke. So when moms call me or my kids call me, first thing, Dad, what do you need? Not what you want, what you need.
Yeah.
So that's just how I think when
Yeah.
it comes to ownership. I have to own a couple of things because, again, I never want my kids to ask nobody for nothing.
Yeah.
Not when I'm Rampage the rapper. Not when I built this portfolio. Not when I built myself up. Because if I don't take care of myself, I can't take care of nobody.
True.
Right. And did you say you were in Phoenix?
Yeah, I'm in Phoenix.
Phoenix. Okay. What part of Phoenix?
Phoenix, the city.
Oh, I was thinking Arizona.
It's
when you said Phoenix, I heard Arizona. You know, over here on the Eastern time, it's it's late, so I was hearing the wrong thing. Phoenix, right on.
It's early where I'm at. It's 11:41, and I'm rocking with y'all. But
Hey.
again, to just to let y'all know, that's just when people don't see me and haven't saw me. I'm buying clubs. I'm building buildings. I'm becoming president. I do what the fuck I want because I've been in the music game for 25 years, y'all.
Yeah.
My credit is good.
Right.
I don't burn bridges. You got to keep relationships.
Yeah.
I'm talking to mayors and presidents and kings and queens, real kings and princesses, learning ideas, structure, business. I'm a kid with a GED, but I have $1 billion mindset.
Yeah.
I listen to when people say, yo, I'm really rich. I don't have to worry about money. Oh, word? What did you do I'm one of those that ask the question, what did you do to get here? I have a mentor that's a billionaire. He mentors me because I want to know how he touched the belly.
Yeah.
The elephants in the room, people, we got to wake up.
Wow. Yeah.
So you got to do a clubhouse joint.
Man, I wish you could come and talk to my students, man, because I'm I'm in a PhD.
Hold up. I teach DJing to school, so we can work that out. If we can get the school, if we can get the school to cover it, I can do it.
Yeah, how much do you charge?
What you do is I'll give you my sister's my manager, so I'll give you her number and her email. You send her email and then y'all work that out.
All right, bet.
That's dope.
'Cause I would love to have you come and talk to my students because I teach a hip hop class on Saturday.
If the school could pay for it, let's get it done. My email real fast is rampagemusic@gmail. Send me an email now, and then I'll put you in with Marche and we get that going.
Say it one more time, Rampage.
Rampagemusic@gmail.
Okay, got you. Okay, I'm gonna send it right now while we talking.
And direct message me at The Real Rampage on Instagram.
Okay.
Yep.
So that's what I do, fellas. I when you don't see me, I'm busting moves. But I got a family to feed.
Yeah. Everybody
ain't gonna understand that. Oh no, we ain't seen him in a while. He must have fell off, or he ain't doing rapping no more. You could think that. Okay, that's your opinion. But last time I seen Rampage, he was at the sneaker store doing what he do. Last time I see Rampage, his watch was on glitter, like Michael Jackson glove. I like cars and watches, and I stay fresh to death. But I don't do none of that until I got some type of business.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Busta Rhymes was one of the first to say that, like in rhymes that I remember, investing in money market accounts, blah, 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 I think on Dangerous or whatever. He was always talking about, and then the Mountain Dew commercials, and he kind of was always having the movies, kind of had his hands always like in multiple streams of income from ever since. And then even the guest verses and stuff like that before he really got on. He just always was grinding and trying different ways. Like, I have to make it. However, whatever it takes, I'm going to do it.
Because every 30 days you got bills.
Yes. He said he was just hanging around the studios when these songs were being made, and that's how he got on to all these songs.
Again, everybody got to have a certain strategy to your madness. If you got a strategy and you strategize right, and you at the right place at the wrong time, because it's always the right place at the wrong time, because you could be old as dirt, but if you at the right place at the wrong time, what happens?
You can make it.
You have to, I teach people, you have to create your own wave.
Period.
Do not wait.
Yes.
Do not wait.
Cut your own path. Yeah.
People stop believing, man. And some of my favorite artists are swimming with Nemo.
Word. Facts. They're waiting on somebody else to make it happen instead of like, yo, you got to make it yourself, make it happen.
Fellas, I refused, as much as people I know and resources I know, to sit down and think I'm comfortable. I'm never comfortable, y'all. All these rappers that got billions of dollars and they going out here killing themselves. Fuck no.
Yeah, that's
not
wild.
all right. I'm cool. May they rest in peace.
Yeah,
but let me show you. They got all that shit on their neck, but they don't got nothing to count for it. They don't got no insurance. They don't got no dental plan.
Right.
They don't got nothing for their little children. They got a bunch of $1 million jewelry on their neck. I got $1 million jewelry, but also I have businesses to complicate my, I got businesses to go with that type of stuff. If I choose to wear it, I did that in the 90s. I want to drive a Lamborghini, I drive a Lamborghini. But that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, when you busting your move and you're executing the move of your life, and you got bills every 30 days, you got to get to it. Everybody got to pay rent. Everybody got to pay mortgage. Everybody can't live with their sisters or family members. That's dead. We got to change our drawers, people. Things cost.
True.
I'm just speaking brother to brother. We have to take some responsibility as men. Our parents or grandparents or whoever raised us didn't raise us to just raise us. They raised us to survive. It's called survival. Those who die early, they missed that. Nothing we can do.
Right.
R.I.P. But get on your hustle. The hustle don't stop. The marathon don't stop. Nipsey Hussle said it best. The marathon don't stop.
Yeah.
I love you guys, man. Whatever y'all need.
Dropping some great gems tonight, man. We really appreciate you being here, Rampage, and hanging out so long, telling us all kinds of stories, just backstories, just everything, man. Thank you. Really appreciate it.
Thank y'all, man. Just make sure y'all following me. Make sure y'all jump on Boom You It. Tag me when y'all on Boom You It. Let me know what y'all names is on Boom You It, and I'll give you your check marks tonight.
Oh, dope.
And I'm already on this Profound.
Oh, sweet.
You text me. Everybody text me at rampagemusic@gmail, and then text me your name on Boom You It, and text me y'all number so I can lock you in. And big up to MJ for putting this together. She is the best publicist in the world. I salute you, MJ, and thank you so much. And anybody want to get at me, that's Rampage, the last Boy Scout on Instagram, the real Rampage on Instagram. I got two because it's mad. I don't know who is who, but if you hit both of my Instagrams, I'll get at you if you 100. If you not, I'm not going to call you. I'm not going to get in contact with you. It's a wrap. FlipMode is still a squad. Everybody go get that Busta Rhymes extension level event 2 on every platform. Go get the deluxe version, whatever version you want to get. It's out. Big up to Busta Rhymes, Rod Digger, Baby Sham, Lord have mercy, Spliff Star, the whole FlipMode squad. I salute you, gentlemen. Rampage, new project coming soon when hell freezes over. And those who's hating on this interview, I tell you one thing: fix your face.
Yo, thanks so much for being here, Rampage. Really appreciate it.
Man, for sure, man.
One.
Peace,
Stay
man.
tuned.
Peace. Stay tuned.
Peace, man. Peace.
Oh man, Joe, that was off the chain, bro.
It was. Yo, hey, man, kind of almost speechless.
That was fire, dog.
That was,
man, Joe.
No pun intended.
Yo,
speechless. No pun intended.
Yeah. Before we jump off the live feed here, any takeaways? Or can you narrow it down to one?
Oh man, so much, bro.
what I heard was self-reliance
Yes.
and self-reliance and self-preservation. That's what I heard from the last part that he was talking about. Be a man and stand your own.
Yeah.
Feed your seeds. Period.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. IO, anything
Ownership.
from you?
Yeah.
Ownership
is key. You know what I'm saying? And multiple streams of income. My brother Ron is on that. He always stressing that, like, you need to have multiple streams of income. You know what I mean? And I'm getting to the point where I'm tired of working for other people.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you don't get recognized when you work for other people, like you building their thing up.
Right.
And you putting your thing on hold, and you can just really, because what it is fear, right? Like, we have this fear that we won't be able to survive if we try to do our own thing. So that's what I heard tonight, man. Just that's so. This brother got a GED. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, a GED, but with $1 million mindset.
Yeah.
So
right.
It doesn't. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I got out of it tonight.
Yeah. Profound. How about you?
I got pretty much the same thing. The biggest thing too was, besides how cool he is, you know, and down to earth he is, was the fact that he really is preaching a do for self. And, you know, is really preaching, like, don't just sit back and just assume that, you know, you straight because you are whoever it is that you are. And you still have to work. And, you know, I know plenty of people that I know directly that would, you know, trade places and love to be a Rampage, you know what I'm saying? But some people wouldn't even understand, because you don't, like he said, you don't see him. So you wouldn't think, you know, that in some people's eyes, he may not be as successful as they once were, but you see, that's the whole thing, the motivation to just keep on keeping on.
Yeah, no doubt.
He said don't be comfortable, and it's a hard thing. Like, you want to work to be content, right? But then there needs to be a certain level of discomfort to keep pushing forward, so that there's no complacency. This is where I don't want to get into too much of my thing, but this is something that I was thinking about the other day, and he brought it up. Well, he said DOC's name, I think, right?
Yeah.
I thought about this for my profession and myself. I was like, what if one day I woke up and I didn't have a voice? I depend on the voice. And then he said it indirectly today, and I was just like, wow, like, what if? Because if that's your tool and that's your skill, if it's gone, then what? You can't sign, like, I'm not saying I can't sign language, but I don't know how to, so I don't know how that would translate. And that's why that multiple thing and ownership, like Io was saying, these things are important. So that he said even he makes money in his sleep. And I just thought that was, you know, profound, no pun intended.
Well, speaking of sleep, it's getting late.
No, it's already late.
It's already late. It's
past early, late. Depending where you're talking.
That's true. Very quickly, Io, you got any shout outs?
Yeah, man. Shout out to my Boom Bap Chat family, y'all brothers. Shout out to my beautiful wife, my mom's back home in Chicago, my brother Ron, his beautiful family in the D, all my family in the D and in Chicago, and in the T dot. You know what I mean?
Right on. Profound. How about you?
Man, the same as usual. My 6. I ain't even get to talking to him about my 6, so I feel where he was at. Bolingbrook, Chicago. Y'all are definitely my family. You've been family, but we have an extended family now with Till and Neville. And I love y'all brothers and what we doing, man. So I'm giving a shout to the crew today. We was on a lot longer than we normally are, but it seemed like we just started 10 minutes ago.
Right.
That's like that, man. I'm giving a shout, and a shout out to Rampage too, man. To know the things that he's doing, man. Like, really dope interview.
Yeah, no doubt. Neville, any shout outs from you?
Just want to shout out humanity, man. Shout out love. Shout out hip hop, man. And shout out y'all brothers, man. And shout out the Midwest, because I'm feeling a lot of Midwest love. So I appreciate that. And shout out brother Rampage. And all the yard Mossy. Yo,
before we go, this is my shout out right here. Much love to everyone out there. Make sure you get the book. Oh, the Boom Bap. I'm dropping the other one. Get the book, the Boom Bap Review. Bam, boombapreview.com. For some reason, my shout out isn't playing now. This is weird. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this to play.
Yeah, play that shout out.
Hold on 1 second. I had it queued up perfectly. I was going to say, this is my shout out. Then the beat was going to drop. We were going to go out. It was going to be perfect. Technology.
It's still going to be perfect, bro.
We'll see. Maybe it's queuing up.
We had prepared a
This is
special
all I got
mix
to say
to show
tonight.
our
This is
appreciation
all
for
I got
your
to say.
support.
Shout out to Rampage,
Thank
y'all.
you, DJs.
Thanks, Rampage.
Can you send me that, bro?
I know the streets can't stand it. I'm back on my diggable planets. Y'all don't really want the static. This one is really sporadic. I'm romancing my stone. My shorty look like Cleopatra Jones. Brooklyn, I'm back up in the zone. I had to body this one on my own. East Coast, West Coast, I'm coming for the throne. Black Diablo, I'm sitting on chrome. Going through your city just like I'm Diddy Combs. Your boy Crazy Pay, drinking the Ace of Spades. Dipping on the cops right next to the World Trade. Hit the parking lot, jump in my Escalade. Watch me face off just like Nicolas Cage. I got the burners out, now I'm ready to blaze. Cause I roll like that, I move like that, I feel like that, I'm fly like that, I grind like that, I hustle like that. You on that mumble rap? I'm out. I roll like that, I move like that, I feel like that, I'm fly like that, I grind like that, I hustle like that. You on that mumble rap?